It's really good.
Yeah.
And the cost was, so when he went, Caleb's wherever he's gone the last couple, I'm live. Welcome to the Waupun Community Center as we get ready here for some Peewee action between the Dubuque Junior Saints wearing their red and white jerseys and the Green Bay Bobcats. With me, this is Jeff Sauer here on Jeff's live stream. I've got Sean Fromholtz here trying to pick up on how to do this. Sean, you did a fantastic job for your first game ever, so thank you for all the commentary that you added there.
Yeah, thanks.
Appreciate it. And Sean's trying to see if this is something that he might want to get into, because if he decides that's what he likes doing, I've got the equipment all for him to run it. I'll just show him how it works, and we'll see what we can do to help you get connected with doing this if it's something that you find out you enjoy. You can go ahead and take the rosters if you wish, or I can hang on to them, whichever you prefer. Let's see if we can get a couple of shout-outs out there. The goalie for Dubuque is number 27, it looks like. That's going to be Brent Freihofer, sorry about that. I couldn't see it all the way across here. And the goalie for Green Bay is going to be Waylon Scott.
Correct.
And I'm assuming that maybe over on this side will be some Green Bay parents. If we're struggling with some names, we might go down in between whistles here and see if we can get some pronunciations. Here's an extra pen for you. You notice before I drop my blue one, I always carry with me 3 extra ones. People wonder why. Well, you don't have a lot of time to look down when you're running the camera, you're running the soundboard, you're running the computer, and trying to help out gets out some of these names. So I also want to give a quick shout out right away to the managers for the team. So Mike Tees, thank you for coming and giving me the stuff for the Dubuque Junior Saints. And Jen Kitchenmaster for giving me the information for Green Bay Bobcats, as we like adding that stuff and making it a little bit more personal. I'm going to just let you know right now, we're probably going to miss some stuff. I get involved in the communication, talking, and I forget to swing the camera. Sometimes I'll bring in the instant replay and I'll forget to flip it back so you'll have a black screen, but you'll hear us talking. And sometimes I'll forget to even make sure that the volume is up, and stuff happens. Just know I'm trying to get the best experience as I can. Nice pass there. Good turn of the hips, too, for number 5 from Bobcats. Moves into the slot. Nice pad save there by the goalie. Both of these, go ahead.
There's a good couple plays there, both offensively and defensively there.
I would agree with that. That was a good job there. Saucer pass, lifted it. Going after it with good speed is number 2, Parker Greeley. But taken away by Dubuque. This is one of those things that you see, and you also see it at the bantam level too, but you're going to look at, there's a huge size difference in these kids. Good goalie play there. Instead of taking the whistle, moving it over to his defenseman who was coming back into the play. That's number 5 for Green Bay, Vander Prucha.
For sure with the size difference, at least that's the one thing about the checking in bantams that's tough, is you could have a 14-year-old freshman playing against a 7th grader, and the size differences could be huge. I believe that's why they change a lot of those checking rules, is so they get rid of some of those injuries. They get rid of the intimidation a bigger player has on a smaller player.
Yeah, and I completely agree with that, especially now. I have never had worked in a middle school until I moved back home, and am now over at Beaver Dam as the dean of students at the middle school. A huge difference between kids in the same grade. And again, you can see it here. Some people have had their growth spurts. Some are continuing to put on a little bit more muscle mass as the hormones are changing.
They do.
And with the Peewees here, sometimes you have your 11-year-olds on a full team, and then you're playing against 12-year-olds. And again, that 1 year difference makes a huge difference. So I'm glad that there is no checking in here. But what I started to go with there is watching the skill level, though, is there from what we just saw start out here. So again, tape-to-tape passes, not making any mistakes, being in position so far. And I know we're only 3 minutes in, but again, I've seen some pretty good stuff.
I got to watch a lot of hockey yesterday, and I know, all these teams here this weekend are good. I've seen some of the best hockey I've seen at the youth level this weekend.
I have to share that the word is out there that we do this for our teams here for Championship Sunday is what we call it, because every team is playing here on Sunday and doing this broadcast. And, oh, what a shot! 18 in the corner, picked it. There was nothing the goalie could do. Right over the shoulder with the blocker, and talk about the shot. Unassisted, I see Tom Peck gave the motion of unassisted.
That was 18, Tyler Randall.
Tyler Randall, what a sniper shot. Nothing that the goalie number 31 for Green Bay, Waylon Scott, could have done about that. So no need to feel bad about giving up that goal. Sometimes goals are good goals, and there's nothing you can do, right?
Exactly. And I think sometimes goalies got to realize that in a game of hockey, you're going to get scored on.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yep. I'm also not very superstitious either. People talk about, well, you told them he had a shutout and then they scored. That has nothing. They can't even hear me. So
I, on the other hand, am superstitious. Maybe that's because I was a goalie.
Oh, that's why you got your shoes tied the way they are. With Tyler playing later on, you don't want to lose that luck. It goes all the way from here down to Peoria.
Yeah, I am very superstitious with that. I mean, there's
numbers for Dubuque, 3-on-1. Good pass. Oh, just missed it. When we were talking about earlier, I missed the camera shot of that as well. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. We were talking, there's an example right there where the kid did not need to wind up and take the slap shot. He didn't.
Correct.
Tried to hit a nice little wrister there, just missed it.
And when Tyler played Gamblers, we had the privilege of having Brian Rafalski on the bench.
Yeah.
And one of the things he taught with one-timers was to keep the toe of your stick on the ice. As long as you're loading up that stick with your hips, there's no need to raise that stick off the ice. I mean, it's similar to baseball. Is it harder to swing for the fence, or is it harder to bunt?
Right, exactly.
You're just trying to make contact.
Right. That's a good comparison there. Yeah, you are right, and I'm glad. So there's so many similarities between our two boys that it's amazing. And I say this over and over, and I think it's true. Tyler, if he would have had more players, he would have had more of the records here in Waupun.
Right,
easily.
It was tough.
Yeah. But again, both the boys went and played for the Gamblers, knowing that it was going to make a difference when they were playing at their bantam level there and getting the experience. And I'll tell you, there's nothing like seeing these different teams from all over that were supposed to be all these great teams.
Right.
Now, Dubuque is kind of one of those teams. I believe it's a AA program when it comes to classifications. I don't recall seeing a lot of them, but Dubuque does not have a lot of, Iowa in general does not have a lot of what they call youth programs.
Okay, so that was kind of a question we had yesterday. We were kind of curious as to who they actually play during the season. So, I mean, if there's any parents out there that want to chime in,
put that in the chat for us. Yeah.
Right, we're just kind of curious as to these Dubuque teams, who they do play on a regular basis.
There used to be an Iowa, I can't think of their last name now, but they were a newer program that had started up that was a AAA.
Was that Iowa Wild?
Yes, I think that's what it was, yeah. And there's I think what I recall with the Dubuque, they did a lot of crossing over into the border and playing against Minnesota teams.
Yeah.
But it'll be great. If there's anybody out there who's listening on the chat, tell us what we don't know, what we're talking about. That's okay. Feel free to put that stuff in there. And also, let us know who you're cheering for, who's your favorite player, where you're watching from. We love to see grandparents who had a chance to watch some of their grandsons, granddaughters play some hockey that they never had a chance to. So this is the time. Contact your friends, contact your relatives, and let them know, hey, you can watch some hockey. We'd love to have that. And again, if we're mispronouncing names, or if you have an opinion about, what a tip there. Redirected.
Good tip by number 20.
Right there, shot again. Wow. Another one sitting right in the slot. I'm surprised they're not moving him, letting him sit there. Skating with it hard now is number 36 for Dubuque. Seegers. Comes down low. Good pass to tape, but he couldn't hold on to it. Cleared out of the zone, forcing Dubuque to come back and tag up. Again, we're seeing here, at least in the first period, good hockey. I will say that I would be very concerned, though, looking at the bench for Green Bay. We got a penalty coming. Cross
check
on Green Bay.
Try to catch the number here. Is it number 20? Brett Budzinski.
Getting nailed here for the cross check. He'll sit down for 1:30 at the 8-minute mark, so almost halfway through. My concern, again, as I was talking about, be Green Bay, they got a short bench.
They do.
Another set of forwards, a second line, and a second line of defense. So number 20 is going to have a seat for a minute 30 for a cross check. I got to make sure that I give kudos out there. We now have an announcer, which will help us. Good battle there. Point blank, they got to be careful. Why are we letting people sit in the slot? The Green Bay had the same thing. Hopped up. Nice job there by the goalie.
A couple good saves there by Scott. They really had him. They had the team scrambling there.
Yeah, again, I noticed that they're leaving him sitting in a low slot there, right at the hash marks are lower, and they're letting him take these point blank shots. And that's something you would hope that the coaches would notice and then take and make the change to. Back to live action. Green Bay trying to clear, gets it underneath the stick into the neutral zone. Busting it to get there. This is what I was talking about before. I love this pressure on a penalty kill. Forced them to make a pass. Almost got into the passing lane with that one. Because I just think it's hard for kids to think that quickly. Yeah. Unless you're used to it.
It is. The speed of the game, that's the biggest thing, too. That's probably one of the biggest reasons they took checking out at the younger levels, too, is because the youth brain cannot think as fast as an adult. And it's hard to think of as an adult that that's possible, but yeah, I'm gonna trust the psychologist that USA Hockey has over what I think. But
right. Yeah, exactly.
But that's the reason they took checking out of the Peewee level.
Yeah, it's hard to react to get out of the way.
It is.
And again, the size difference and all that type of stuff. I think it was a great move.
I do too. The whole game is focusing more towards skills. That's how the game is now. And I mean, one big comparison, and people will argue with me, is girls hockey. And if you've ever watched college girls hockey, it is very physical, although there's no checking.
Right.
And that's kind of what they want to
even high school.
Bring the boys to. Yes.
Yeah, I've been doing I did 2 of the Warbirds games for Fond du Lac Co-op. Phenomenal hockey, watching them play against U School. And then they took on a team that plays out of Concordia's rink. I think they were called the Lakeshore Lightning. That's what, if I recall.
Yeah.
Tremendous game, and it's all based on skills.
It is.
Skills. Yeah, you can rub still, and so that's what you see here, and that's what they learn at the youth levels, and I like that.
So what's more important than actually hitting is the actual body position, and the key to it is you want the puck. You're not trying to kill a guy. You want the puck. And you have to learn the ways of doing that.
Kurt Freihofer out there helping us out with some information. The Dubuque U8s plays in Dane County League. Okay, like to hear that, thank you. The Dubuque older youth play in the Midwest League with Omaha, Des Moines, Kansas City, Cedar Rapids. We play a lot of friendly games against Dane County teams. Okay, excellent. Nice. Thank you for sharing that information with us, Kurt. Appreciate that. Helps us get a little bit more perspective, and that's what I kind of had thought that they might be playing. You usually see with like the USHL teams and even some of the NOL teams, that not so much the NOL, but you'll see those junior Saints teams. Right. The youth programs follow those types of programs, and some of those, that's always been my complaint here in Wisconsin, is that there isn't that tie for a youth program. Wow! Just missed that. I don't know how he missed it.
Huge backdoor opportunity for Green Bay there.
Great pass. Knock it out of the air.
Trying to catch the number there is number 10, Hayden Haruski.
Yeah, very.
Trying to see who was on the back door. I know he wants that one back.
Yeah.
I think that was number 9, Chase Mischler.
Good work there by Green Bay.
Looking at his body language, he really wants that opportunity back.
Nice move there by Rojaman for the Dubuque Junior Saints. Good pass there. Oh, got a chance here. Shot. Good.
That was a good stick.
Yeah. Lund, I believe that was, came back in there, got a stick in the passing lane or the shooting lane in that situation. Off the wall, trying to get it centered. You got 2 Green Bay Bobcats sitting out there waiting for it, and a good job there by the defense of Dubuque to pin it up against their goalie's pads.
Freihofer doing a good job there getting a stick in there. That would have been a backdoor opportunity.
So again, we're all about the fundamentals. That's what we want to see here, and that's what we are seeing here.
Yeah, I've seen some good puck movement by these two teams.
Also, very impressed with the coaching staff from Green Bay, making changes every time they can get a chance because I think they know they got the short bench.
You have to with a short bench. I believe it was, and we'll see them play later, I believe it was McFarland only had 3 forwards and 1 D.
Oh, again they had a chance there. A great pass. Who was that? Number 3, Meehan?
Yes, it was Meehan. Meehan to let's see who that other was.
I think it was number 44 tried to get it over to. Yeah, 44.
Yeah, Ethan Tees.
That was nice work there.
Both teams had a couple big opportunities here, neither one able to connect.
Well, what I liked about that attack there by Meehan, he just noticed he knew his player was crashing with him and had sucked to the defense towards him and made the good pass. Right on the stick, just missed it, just a little bit of timing, and that'll come.
It will. Both teams working the puck very well in the neutral zone.
You don't see, and I'm not trying to make a knock against Waupun, but typically you see with Waupun, especially at these lower levels, 1 or 2 players take it on themselves.
Correct, yeah. Both these teams here, both teams have been working their regroup very well. Not only on the offensive side, but the defensive side, too. They're doing a good job of taking away passing lanes.
Good fundamental hockey here. 1-0 is the score as the Dubuque Junior Saints scored. I didn't write down at the time, or I didn't write down who scored the goal either. I don't know what I was doing.
Scott freezing the puck there. In his spare time, he also plays lacrosse.
Nice. There's that hand-eye coordination that you want. Hoping he's not playing goalie.
Yeah. It's one thing I wish they had in Waupun, and from what I've heard, I believe there's talks about having a lacrosse program, which
that would be awesome.
It is. It's becoming a big sport now everywhere, more popular.
Yeah, that's I know Caleb really loved playing football, but it really took a toll on his body as well, especially the way that things were set up with the players that they had here. He was playing.
I never let Tyler play football.
Yeah.
he did ask twice, and I did not have to tell him no. My wife took care of that.
She's the one wearing the pants, so she's the one that told me to tell him.
Yeah, she took care of putting the kibosh on that real quick.
Penalty coming. Banked off must be coming to Green Bay because Dubuque had possession. Waved off the icing.
See if the goalie comes out now.
Yeah, he doesn't notice it here. And again, that's one of those heads-up plays. So somebody from the bench should be yelling to come, but they didn't. Got a cross-check. Number 24 is going to be called for the cross-check.
24 would be Caleb Prunty.
Second cross-check called on Green Bay.
Caleb Prunty's 12 years old. In his spare time, he enjoys mountain biking and video games.
Nice. We'd love to see, again, everybody has to remember that these kids are not professional hockey players. Yes, they love the sport of hockey or they wouldn't be here traveling to a tournament. But they've got other things that they do, and I would strongly encourage that. So that was my biggest beef. And I know you've had some nice work there by the shorthand at the top, right on the stick. Number 11 for Green Bay. We don't have an 11.
We don't. Oh, yeah, we do. Edward Harold.
Oh, down there, added. Beautiful in the slot. Who's on the power play here?
Parker Greeley made a good pass there.
Tried it again. Blows a tire in the neutral zone. Drop back in there. Killing time.
Talk about that size difference. We've got Harold and Greeley there. They're two of the smallest kids on the ice, but I think they're two of the fastest kids on the ice.
Good edge work, right? Exactly.
A couple very good plays there.
And if they would have had checking at this level, those poor kids would be smashed, right?
Right.
Offsides is the whistle. 1:32 left here in the first period. The Dubuque Junior Saints with a 1-0 lead over the Green Bay Bobcats. Bobcats still trying to kill for another 33 seconds, and that'll take us almost to the 1 minute left in the period. again, good hockey that we're seeing. I like seeing the solid fundamentals. Now, as I was talking before, okay, so Caleb was a 3-sport athlete. Loved playing for TW, for Team Wisconsin, but as soon as they found out that he refused to give up playing football, for some reason he wasn't good enough to make the team after his freshman year.
Tyler had the same issue with baseball.
Yep.
We turned it down, or he turned it down. He wanted to play sports, and you know, they do advertise that it's okay, but I mean, they do not.
Don't follow with what they say.
Yeah, they frown on it pretty good. They want you to commit, which, unfortunate, that's how hockey's become. If you want to go somewhere, you pretty much got to dedicate your life to it, which is unfortunate.
Right.
The multi-sport athlete's kind of going away, and I can't say I'm in favor of that.
No, not at all. That's what. Again in the slot, just missing it. That was number 1 from Dubuque. Montgomery was right there, good positioning, but unable to pull the trigger. Yeah, so I'll tell you, though, when we played wheel, that was probably some of the most fun that we ever had. We had the opportunity to play with a lot of the kids in the area that we would play against in the high school. And 3 times their wheel team went and represented the state of Wisconsin for the Tier 2 level.
Right. Was Caleb involved? I know there was one year that when the wheel was first established, that they made an all-wheel team, and I believe they played TW and beat them, and that was the last year they did that.
Yeah, Caleb was not part of that one. It was I believe it was the, oh, geez, I'm trying to think about it. It was
the 2000.
I think it was the 98s or the 99
yes,
group
yeah, it could be.
that did that, because I think it was right before, because we did have them on our schedule to be their supposed sparring partner, but they did pull that because
they did.
It didn't look good when the
it didn't. When you've got wheel kids that paid $600 a year to play, and you've got TW kids that paid $4,000, it didn't look so good.
No, it did not. But let's talk a little bit more about some of these players here. Want to start with the Green Bay team?
Yeah, we'll go through Green Bay here. We got number 2, Parker Greeley. He is 11 years old. He also enjoys baseball. Number 4, James Stender. He's 12 years old, enjoys baseball and lacrosse.
Nice.
Number 5, Vander Prucha. He's 12 years old and also enjoys football. Number 9, Chase Mischler. 11 years old, he enjoys lacrosse. Number 10, Aiden Harnowski. 11 years old, he also plays football and baseball. 15, Owen McKay. He's 12 years old, enjoys golf cart racing. That's a new one. That would be kind of cool to watch, I think.
Yeah.
Number 20, Rhett Budzinski. He's 12 years old, enjoys lacrosse, hunting, and fishing. 24, Caleb Prunta. He's 12 years old, again enjoys mountain biking and video games. We have 76, Karsten Kitchenmaster. He's 11 years old, enjoys lacrosse and baseball. 31, the goalie, Waylon Scott, also plays lacrosse. And Edward Harold is 11 years old, also plays lacrosse. And Ojang, I'm not sure what that is. Ojang, maybe, is that? Is that a...
I don't know.
Martial arts, maybe?
Maybe. Could be something like that. I've not heard of that.
No.
But what I did hear you talking about, almost every one of those players, multi-sport athletes.
Correct. A lot of baseball players, which is typical of Waupun, too.
Right.
A lot of baseball players in the hockey program.
As you do that during the spring and the summer.
And lacrosse. If we had lacrosse, I would
Yeah.
probably assume a lot of them would play lacrosse. But
Right.
either
I
sport,
agree.
though, is good.
So they're athletic, they're playing other sports. All right, here's a one-on-one. Who's going to get there first? Good job there by number 5 for the Green Bay Bobcats. That's much better. We were talking about before that they were in a wide open in the slot, but they've covered.
They have.
Puck loose.
That
Nice
initial
battle
rush was
there.
good. Dubuque did a good job of their forechecker. They had 2 guys in front of the net right away.
Really good, solid hockey. Held in at the line by number 26. Shot towards the net. Nice glove right there. Scooped it up. Goalie happened to play. Yep, lacrosse. Good job there with a glove. Hand-eye coordination. They're going to look at that replay. T's shot, and what I liked about T's shot there from where he shot at the blue line, he kept it low.
Did.
If it would have gone off a pad looking for a ricochet, nobody went with him. Unfortunately, they were making their line change. That happens.
I see so many shots, especially when you get to Bantams, over the net. And it's a pet peeve of mine. And I when I coached, I joke with the kids. I say, do you get 2 points if you go bar down? Because
you would wish, right?
Yeah.
Then it would make it worth it, but no such thing.
No. Missing the
Icing.
net by an inch or two is great, but when some of these shots really sail over, and I'm wondering what's going through their head.
Yeah, 6 feet over the top of the net, and the net's already 4 feet high, so a 10-foot shot. I hope they're not practicing that at home because they'd be doing some damage to some drywall way up in the rafters. 13:30 left here in the second period, 1-0. These two teams are pretty evenly matched here, playing for third place in the Prison City Shootout 2023. Good
chance
shot
there.
Across the crease. Nobody just there for Dubuque to help hop it in. In the neutral zone, moving with the puck, number 34. It's going hard with it. That's Parker Rajaman. Change directions there. Again, when I'm noticing the difference here, and I really like this, and I hope that coaches get a chance to go back and take a look at it. Dubuque, look at their spread. Not everybody standing on the board. Cross-ice passes, trying to get wide open, then create that opportunity as that long pass gives them time to get to the bench and make the change. You don't see 3-4 checkers on the offense.
No.
Trying to get the puck. You see that they're spread out.
Now
watch them change defensive. Nice coverage there. And makes the change right away. And we got a penalty. A trip is going to be the call. Oh, hooking is going to be the call. On Green Bay. That's the third penalty here on Green Bay.
He doesn't like the call.
Yeah, typically they don't.
Maybe number 4, James Stender.
Stender going into the box. So far, and if I recall correctly, and I cannot remember, and I wish I would have wrote it down, but I do not think that the goal that was scored by Dubuque was a power play goal. I think it was even strength.
I think it was too.
One of the things I forgot to make note of. Comes out. Good job there by Green Bay.
Good defense.
They've got numbers. But a good recovery there by the Dubuque Junior Saints. Getting it out, trying to hold it. A nice stretch there by 26, and the pitchfork knocked down.
Here we go. We got a 4-on-2 coming up.
4-on-2 coming. Moves it wide to get it around the defense. Nice pass there, but a good recovery again by number 26, Karsten Kitchenmaster. Nobody that time. We were talking about being spread out. That time they were not. Nobody on that far side to catch the pass.
Nope.
Green Bay has an opportunity and does clear.
Good chip in there.
Goalie should make the cover. Nice work there. Good fundamentals. Gets the whistle, giving his team a chance to get some changes. Really like it.
Only 4 guys on the bench are going to want that change.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that was, a 45-second shift about? That's pretty much where you want to be at, right? They made a good rush with that. Make the change. 11:40 left here in the second period. Dubuque Junior Saints with a 1-0 lead. I think that the Dubuque teams started coming when Caleb was a Peewee, if I remember correctly. It might not have been quite that long ago, but I do recall them coming to our high school tournament.
I think you're right. No, it's been
several years. I guess what I want to say is I want to thank the Dubuque club for coming here year after year after year. I hope that you guys enjoy our area. And I hope you enjoy our rink. I constantly am talking about also, this is a very, very old rink, right? 1970-ish something.
It is.
But you cannot tell that until you actually get in here and then have a seat in the cement bleachers.
Right.
Back to full strength. Otherwise, I believe that the association, which is run strictly by volunteers, has done an amazing job. And we have always, since I've been here on the ice when Caleb was 6, and you've been here a lot longer, but the ice is fantastic here in
It is.
Waupun. That's
We have-
always a passion.
Just to put that in perspective, we're talking a Peewee and a Bantam tournament. They prepped. Good save there. Good shot by Green Bay.
Nice attack.
They do ice prep the night before, so Thursday night. And they also did ice prep Friday night. And I believe they did a little ice prep last night as well, where, some teams, or some facilities don't. They really do take a lot of care. They edge every night. They dry shave. We flood on a regular basis to keep that ice as smooth as possible. And Waupun's been known for some of the best water in the state, too, and I think that helps
absolutely.
as far as clarity.
Nice work there. Again, you can see they were trying to feed it. Good pressure by the Junior Saints. But Green Bay was in perfect position and had sticks in the passing lanes in order for Dubuque not to get off a shot. Good pass. Wide out here, trying to get it in, but a good recovery there by the defense by Seegers. Forecheck coming in. One-person forecheck for Green Bay.
Oh, they get the
They're going to call it incidental contact, but this time Dubuque is going to go have a seat. And this will be an opportunity here for number 44, it looks like.
Yeah, that'll be Ethan Tees going in the box. His spare time, he enjoys playing soccer and hanging out with Billy and sleepwalking.
Hey, Caleb had that as an issue when he was young. Oh, my gosh. I can remember we actually went to a tournament when they were mites, and he actually got up and was trying to get out the door. We knew he had some issues, so off the helmet. Good job there coming out to the top of the crease and taking away the shooting angle by the goalie there for Dubuque.
So I learned something the other day I thought was funny. So, your son plays in the NAL or in the NA3. You follow other teams, and I thought it was funny that Milwaukee, they went on a road trip and the boys took over their Instagram, and I learned that both their goalies sleep scream in the middle of the night, and nobody wants to room with them. And I thought it very ironically that my son Tyler also has sleep screams. So my question is, did Caleb ever sleep scream?
Oh yes, yeah, he did.
So
yep.
I don't know if there's something in the brain that caused that, but I thought that was very ironic.
Yeah, especially when they're very vocal back there at the net, right? Then they're sitting in bed. Back door! Yeah. Yeah, so we had a tournament. We had bolted the door shut, but he was yanking on it, and we woke up. Where are you going? To the rink. It's like 3 a.m, Caleb. Thank goodness he got out of that, because we'd have been having worries all over the place, especially with him in college. But
yeah, that's something you probably don't want to do when you're an adult.
Right. But it is interesting, again, the camaraderie. As we were talking about, what this really started was how...
he's not feeling good. I don't know if there was a call there, or if he just lost his feet.
I don't know.
He is going to the box. We'll call it trip, I assume. Be on number 8, Brody Steffes.
Steffes going to the box for tripping at 8:30 on the clock. I know some of you out there like to go with the actual duration time. I don't do that because I don't usually have enough time to do that. But we've got a second tripping call. And now 5-on-3 for Green Bay. See if they can take advantage and get the equalizer goal here. 5-on-3 for 20 seconds. Pulled back, D to D, right back into the slot. Has it on the backside. Oh, he saw it too. He knew what he wanted to do. Didn't get it to work out. Right there into the slot again. Oh!
Green Bay staying patient here.
Nice work there. Clear for the Saints, but that'll be an icing, right?
It will.
Yes, so they'll come back here. There's a minute 10 left, but they get a man back. So Dubuque will be happy about that. Really nice patience in setting that up.
It was, and that was pretty much Dubuque's only option. It's tough because in this, when it's with icing, you have to clear the puck, but you don't want to ice it, which makes it tough.
Exactly. I'm going to go just pop over and check the chat. Tyler Randall Not sure which one that referred to. Kurt.
He's on Dubuque.
Yeah.
He's number 22. He's a forward.
Yeah. Is that your favorite player, or did we miss something there? We might have. So short-handed, Dubuque makes a good attack, but now here comes back the other way is Green Bay. That's number 24 skating with it. Gets into the slot, and then the nice job by the defense to collapse on him. Tried to hold it in, not able to do so. It was number 15 for Green Bay. Short-handed opportunity here for Tees. Slams on the brakes.
So Kurt Freihaffer is asking how many 8U teams does Waupun have each year? Typically, with the red, white, and blue, we've only had, I think, a blue and a white. We haven't had a real strong red. This year, I'm not sure exactly. I believe we have a red, white, and blue. But this year, we started actually an Adams program for U6 kids that we found in our Learn to Skate program that we've had kids excel fairly quickly, or kids that have been skating since they're 3 or 4 that are ready for a stick. So we've actually started a U6 Adams program.
Thanks on the goal scorer. That was Randall. Thank you very much, Kurt. Appreciate that. So I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, so our numbers, again, yours are dwindling. Yes, ours are dwindling too. They've had some issues with, again, it's just, I bring it down to birth rate and counts. I mean,
yeah.
It just is there. I don't think it has anything to do with our program. We did have a downslide at high school, especially when Tyler was in net for all 4 years that he was there.
We didn't. If you notice that's when basketball was very good.
Right.
So I think there is a correlation there. It seems when basketball is strong, hockey suffers.
Yep.
And that comes down to that youth level when they're young as far as U8, what the parents want to put them in.
Shot out front again. Nice save. Yeah, so I would tell you, yep, we're pretty much in the same boat. We are classified as a level 3, or Division 3 for our youth program. That's based on the numbers that you have in your whole youth program. Level 4 is the lowest, 1 being the highest. Fond du Lac is dominated at the level, or the Division 1, I guess you could say that for the youth program.
Right. And if you measure success by winning, maybe we're not the most successful.
No.
However, most of the teams in our area are all Division 1 and Division 2, so we play a lot of Division 1, Division 2, B and A teams. We don't play a lot of Division 3 teams in our youth level.
So Asher Rentmeister wants to know how old is our son. So my son is actually 23. Well, wait a minute. Might still be 22. I got to pick the date here. Yeah, he's still 22 for about 5 more days. And just this last year was the first time he hung up, no playing hockey. Oh, that was a good shot high, but a little bit over the top of, like we were talking about before. I'd like to see that one lowered. And he didn't raise and do a slap shot. That was a nice wrist shot,
Yeah,
so good fundamentals. So he's playing ACHA hockey at Illinois State and decided that this was the year he was going to hang it up. Some politics that he didn't like. Oh, did you see him slam on the brakes at the blue line?
That was a good job.
Wow. Who was that?
That was Parker Greeley. He did a great job of staying on sides there.
Absolutely amazing. And Dubuque, they got too many guys down low. Got it cleared. Getting back into position. Oh, they're not going to call that. Oh!
Interference. I did not see it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't usually make a call bad about the officials because they see what they see, but the interference didn't happen. The other number 20 from Green Bay was actually backing in. This is going to be the 3rd penalty.
That's on Brody Steffes, number 8. Yeah, I don't know if I can agree with that one. I thought that was a little weak.
Yeah, he was back. Number 20 was back, and just like he did right here, stumbled with his feet and fell as he was trying to get in position in the slot. So shot into the glove. Nice save there.
Brody Steffes enjoys longboarding and wake surfing.
No.
That's something.
Like that.
Yeah, I don't think that's a real big thing around here.
No, I've seen a couple of times. That sneaks out.
Outsides.
Did it ever go back into the zone?
I don't think it did.
Why did we get a whistle then? Okay. Yeah, so Caleb gave up hockey this year. He didn't get the things that he was promised when he came there. And again, I'm not. It was a totally different coach, totally different program. So it is what it is, right? But he's happy with it. He actually didn't make the tryouts, and that was part of the politics. Didn't make it to the tryouts because he thought he already had a spot locked up. And then the coach said, no, you didn't try out. You're down a level. Well, it happened to be my daughter's wedding, his only sister. So that really made him upset. He's like, you think I'm missing my sister's wedding to go to hockey tryouts? I mean, once in a lifetime. Right there in front. And score! Green Bay gets the power play goal. No goal in the crease.
No goal.
That is actually a good call, I think.
It was.
Let me see if I get it back here on replay. See if we can see it there. Yep, in the crease. With the feet. Nice call by the official, Tom Peck. Noticing it in the crease.
It was a good feed.
Everything was perfect. He just needed to back up a foot.
Couple steps back, it'd have been money, but that was a good call. He got it right.
Yep, gotta like that. So it's just giving him stuff for the interference call. That should be a high.
Yep, high stick on that.
Above the waist or above the shoulders. Which is the typical? It's supposed to be the crossbar, right? That's supposed to be your measure. So when you're looking at these guys above shoulders. Anytime
I don't know if
really
it's shoulders or waist. I can't keep it straight, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but it was the puck's out, up high up in the air, and you had to raise the tip of your stick to get to it. And there's your.
And it's hard because youth is different than WIA, and WIA is different than USA Hockey 18U, and then you've got
the NOL 3.
Yep, that's all different too.
Right.
So
all raises up. Yeah, so we're talking about both of our kiddos. I'll finish up here talking about mine. So Caleb played high school hockey all 4 years here.
There's a hit.
Oh, that one did not need to take place. I'm hoping that he's okay. Maybe just got the wind knocked out of him, I'm hoping.
That's what I'm guessing.
Sometimes you get crunched a little bit. Now they're going to talk about it. This might be it
might be
3-minute major. Is it a? I don't know what the rule is again for the Peewees, but it could be a.
I think it's a 4 and an 8. Would be if it's a major and a misconduct.
4 and an 8. Okay.
Be interesting to see what they call.
Yeah. Coach is talking to him. It seems like he's okay. They're coming, asking the players to go to their bench. One of the things that we don't typically have here at our youth tournaments, because you don't usually need them, we don't usually have an athletic trainer on hand. So they're going to boarding, unsportsmanlike conduct, or is that misconduct?
It's a misconduct. I believe he's going to. Goalie's having a little friendly conversation out there. That's good to see.
Yeah, that's what this is all about. I like it. Again, with all of the stuff that our boys have done through hockey and where they've played, all the connections they've made, and like you said before, it is a small family, so we love having it. But both of our boys played in Oregon for the NOL 3 team. At that time, it was the Wisconsin Whalers. When Caleb played, it was their last year of existence, and they took their team out to Sheridan. Caleb said, I don't want to go play out in Sheridan, went and played for Thief River Falls. Minnesota, nice Canadian-American Junior League. Got to see really good hockey when you're playing against Canadian teams all the time. And then from there, that's when COVID hit, screwed everything up, get all these 9 years of eligibility to play because of COVID. So, we were looking at that before. There's a football player who had 7 years of eligibility between the red shirts and all that other stuff. So it's really hard for the kids in that 99, 2000, 2001 year to try and break through into some college hockey, and he ended up going to play after he aged out. Went and played at.
Good block there.
So a boarding and a misconduct. I don't know why it was only a minute 30 put up on the clock. Should have been a 4, right? Is that what you're saying?
If it's a major, and I think that's what they're talking about.
Well, if they give them the misconduct, isn't that a major?
No, you can get a minor and a misconduct too. That's another rule
Yeah, I think I know you're right, but that just doesn't make sense to me.
Right.
So would you see a tripping and a misconduct? Probably not, right? Unless it was an egregious swinging of the stick.
Yeah, I'm not a referee, so I don't know the exact rules on that.
Yeah, I wish Caleb was here. He could tell me what's going on here. But
we have another Dubuque player coming in the box again. It's Tyler Randall. Did not see the call.
I didn't see it either. We'll see if we can listen. We do have the loudspeaker coming on, so I'll have to pop my ear open every once in a while to see what they say about that. Appreciate it.
Number 18, Tyler Randall enjoys playing in the dirt.
Hooking is the call on Randall. 4-on-3. This is what I like seeing, all the ice. Oh,
4-on-4 now. Dubuque just got a guy back.
4-on-4 hockey. Again, I like this because this shows the skills as we were looking at the 3-on-3 in the last game in the overtime. Steffes trying to get on his horse, cuts inside. Nice move! Shot off the side of the net. What a move there by Steffes to suck the defenders both to the inside and open up some skating room for him to get down in on the net. And Tyler is just starting his junior career.
He is.
I'm assuming he's enjoying it.
He is. He loves it. That was one of the things. I don't even know when we first dropped him off at his billet. You know, we said, it'll be okay. He's like, yeah, Mom. You know, I mean, it was new. It's, you know, you're moving in with a new family. You really don't know what to expect. And hockey.
Numbers.
The nice save there.
I was more impressed with the pass.
It was both.
And then the goal was
a great play and an even better save, I think.
Made a good read on it, got into play. Yeah, so keep talking about that billet situation.
Yeah, so, you know, you drop them off, and, you know, they don't know what to think. And
yeah.
The null and up is more, I would say, is more hockey is your job than it is NA3. But NA3, it's still, that's what you're there for. You're there to play hockey. So, you know, he does.
Time-consuming.
He does have a part-time job during the week. He works like 4 days a week, you know, and he helps pay for his billeting. So, yeah, he's enjoying. He's had a couple looks from, he hasn't had anything solid yet, but from Minot, he's had looks.
Nice.
He is affiliated with the Awesome Bruins now.
Yeah.
He did have looks early in the year from Wayway Capo MJHL.
Yeah.
So we're really hoping that was going to pan out, but it didn't. And he, preseason, before the season started there, he was actually on the Janesville Jets for a little bit.
Nice.
And they eventually sent him back to Oregon, too. So he's finding out it's a grind.
Yeah, it is. Playing 2 to 3 times a week against some very physical stuff, and your practices an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending upon.
It is. They practice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, typically. Games are Fridays, Saturdays. They go to the gym a number of times a week. He also has a goalie practice once a week. So
nice defensive play there, but good follow-up. Yeah, sorry to cut you off. Yeah, so it is. It really does become a full-time job.
It is, and you really got to love hockey because, and we were worried too because, like you stated, you know, he has other interests, and he's got to put fishing aside and ice fishing aside, and he did not get to go to, you know, opening day of gun hunt, which he enjoys. He did get to come second weekend for Thanksgiving, correct? But, you know, I mean, so we were kind of worried that maybe that might eat at him, but he's been good. He's got goals. He knows what he wants to accomplish, and he's been doing pretty well.
Yeah, and I would tell you that you and I had a couple of conversations ongoing because, again, our boys are 4 years apart, so Caleb finished his career, Tyler steps in and takes over, and one of the things that Waupun typically has been known for, and I can honestly say from what I'm seeing, it still is the case, we're goalie U.
Yeah, we do
and they do a nice job with all of the people that are here to help. They do a fantastic job preparing our goalies.
Yeah, I can't remember a time when we've had a weak starter, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
We've always had solid goaltending. If you comparably to other programs in high school, we do really well.
Well, a lot of teams come here. That's just physical play. I think that was okay there.
Well, it was a little handsy, but
might have hit the board, though.
It's getting a little chippy.
6 seconds left. That one's going to be called this time.
Got one down.
Oh, they got one down here. I thought they were going to call this physical play here. Whistle just because of the injured player. I didn't see that hit over there, did you?
I didn't either. They were just kind of tangled up. Like I said, they're getting a little handsy with each other, but I didn't see anything that I would call dirty.
Yeah. 2 officials talking about it. Corey Buckles, the head of officiating here in Waupun. He is also alum of Waupun and probably put Waupun on the map, I would say, with his skills.
Well, he is. This is probably a little reminiscent for him, as he played for the Dubuque Fighting Saints in the USHL.
Right. Made it all the way there. Played for, I think, if I remember correctly, I think he played about half the season.
Yeah, and that's kind of like we were talking about Caleb. He just decided he was done.
Yeah.
He had other things and other aspirations in life, especially starting a family and stuff. He went that far and decided that's what he wasn't going to do. But,
yep.
I mean, I was the same boat too. I was actually drafted to a junior team in Las Vegas, and I just chickened out.
But you didn't have a lot of people that you could fall back on. Waupun had good hockey, but not a lot of them would play at the next level.
And I think back then, like now with social media,
yeah,
like you can research everything. You kind of you can follow other people's experiences. Back when I graduated, we didn't have that. So moving to Las Vegas on my own with a billet family and play, without my parents, scared to live in daylights.
Right, exactly.
Really did.
Right, nothing about billeting. And
no.
Again, so I think that's been one of the things that's been nice as we've continued at. And again, I probably started a little bit before, but not a ton. But I think that Caleb was one of those that was really stepped out, and he had a couple of other kids that were his age from around the area, and stepped away and started to get into the billeting. Caleb's first team was actually the Sioux Eagles up in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. There's two teams. One is on the Canadian side and one's on the American side, and that again was the I can't remember the league now. Well, it was a Canadian league.
It's not the SIJ, is it? Is it the SIJ?
No, that's the one that Thief River was in.
That's Thief River, yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of the. Might have been. Oh, geez. I feel bad that I don't remember.
I know.
but anyways, that was the first experience where you're dropped off. You are 7 hours, 8 hours away from home. You figure it out in a hurry. And his billet family the first time was pretty strict. They had a bad experience once before, so was really gun shy. They took 5 boys in, I believe it was.
Holy cow.
But that's when you start to figure out, like, you have no say in nothing, because he was there, played, I don't know, maybe 6 games, 6 games, something like that. And they said, well, you can stay and be our practice goalie, because we pulled another one from a Division III higher up in the Canadian leagues and brought him in. And Caleb said, that's not going to work for me. So they traded him. And that, again, you don't have much say.
You don't. You cannot report, but then you have a heck of a time trying to find a team.
Exactly.
So, you're a piece of meat in juniors. You go with the flow, and unfortunately, you have to perform. And even when you perform, you still got to wade through politics, and it's a trickle-down effect. USHL, cuts kids.
Yep.
And, the NAL takes them, and then the NAL cuts kids, and NA3 takes them, and then you've still got all these Canadian junior team leagues as well as the USPHL and the NCDC. So
there's so many junior opportunities that are out there, but that's where if anybody's thinking about that, I would tell you, just reach out, find. And again, I don't know who you had as an advisor. We had a little bit of help, but I would tell you, find somebody that you trust. Talk to people out there. Don't spend a ton of money on stuff, because you can do so much research yourself. You can do so much talking yourself.
Correct.
And doing some reaching out. So if you're talking about doing that later on, I would highly recommend giving somebody a call who's gone through it.
My advice, too, if you are playing Tier 3, to do your research on teams, because a lot of these coaches will go to bat for you. Once you get up into the NAL, they typically don't go to bat for you. It's on your own, or if you have an advisor, you're doing the dirty work yourself, because at that point, they need to be productive, and like I said, you're just kind of a piece of meat. It's tough. It's a tough gig.
But I wouldn't trade any of the experiences for anything in the world. So
no, and again, if it doesn't work out, you can say you did it.
Right. You don't ever want regrets. That's what I kept telling Caleb. So even when he had his issue here with the coaching change and stuff like that, he was just not going to go, and said, I had enough of the BS. And I said, no. My recommendation, go to tryouts or see what he does in practice, and then see what he tells you, and then you quit on your own terms. And that's kind of what happened. He went to the 2 weeks of practice like the coach had said. And then the coach approached him and said, yeah, you're pretty solid. We certainly could. We'll use you at the goalie, and they're going to do a 3 goalie rotation. And Caleb said, nope, I'm done. Thank you for the offer. Oh, nice blocker save there. Good job there by Seeger to get into the slot. So, yeah, we should probably talk about this game because we could talk over and over about our experiences. But that was going back to, again, thank you for putting stuff in the chat. Really love to hear about, see some of those things here. So, glad to see normally getting one red, white, and blue team over in Dubuque. So, it's good to hear. We understand that language because that's USA hockey. So, I'm glad that you guys are still focused on that. And Asher, again, we were talking that both of our sons have graduated here from Waupun and have moved on. Tyler is still playing in the Oregon Tradesman in the NA3, doing a fantastic job. His numbers are much better than Caleb's ever was. And then you find out, and this is the first time really that Tyler has on a team that had players.
Yeah.
That could help make a difference.
It is. And you find out at the Tier 3 level, too, though, there's still consistency's an issue.
Yep.
You know. So you never know. And our Central Division here is actually the toughest division in the NA3, which is great. And he's got 3 years of juniors. So being so young and being a starter right now is huge for him, regardless of, I guess, how you're doing, you know. So in his numbers, like I said, I'm his dad. I feel like his numbers could be better. Yeah, right.
Well, and you got the experience. Yeah.
But he does, when you look back, he does have some good numbers.
Mm-hmm. And he had even good numbers at the high school level. That's why, again, I've said over and over, I feel so bad for him that just didn't have the players. But
he had fun. He liked it. He
still get to play with your buddies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He chose that, and
he could have gone. Yep.
I think he does kind of regret it a little bit because he found out how tough it is to move on when you do choose the high school route without playing TW or something. He did play for the Junior Jets, though.
Yep.
And that does open up some connections that way. He had some great coaches with that, and they helped him as far as kind of I don't want to say an advisory, but they give him some advice as far as, this is what's going to happen. This is what you're looking into. It's a grind, I believe the mental is way more than the physical when you get to that point.
Right. Yeah, any experience you can pick up is valuable, so
I'm going to go through this Dubuque team here.
Yeah, sorry about that. We kind of got sidetracked. And, again, so the answer is no, but we both love coming down here. You do have a son who plays on the Bantams.
I do.
In that last game. And
our last year of youth hockey. So
so he's moving up to the high school level, and you wanted to take and jump in here and see if you'd enjoyed doing the broadcasting. And I'm going to tell you, Sean, I love having you on here. It makes it a lot more interesting.
Yeah, it's been fun so far.
To go
through
the game.
I'll go through these guys here quick. So we got number 1, Landon Montgomery. He's a forward defense. As far as other hobbies, sports, interests, etc.
Oh! Blew a tire, but I think they're going to say
it was... get a call here.
Yeah, I think it was just a little bit of a trip. I don't know. He went in with feet first, so I'm not seeing him holding the feet. It's hard
at this level because they're not... Kids do not, when you get... they're coming in full speed. They don't always have the most control. And even though I agree it is a penalty, I do not believe it
was malicious.
No.
I agree with that. I hope he's okay, and we'll stay right here. We'll go over to the bench while you talk about the Dubuque players.
Yeah, so Landon Montgomery, again, as far as other hobbies, they have Ice Ice Baby. I don't know if that's his favorite song or if that means he just loves hockey.
Yeah, right. Lives on the ice, maybe. Ice fishing and some of this stuff.
Number 3, Carter Meehan. He's a defense. He enjoys bodybuilding and talking smack.
Which one is he better at?
Yeah, I don't know. Hockey players are usually good. Number 3.
I'm not seeing a big build on him. I can see him right there kind of over at the bench, but maybe that's what he's working towards.
Maybe that's the irony there.
Yeah.
Number 7, Blake Schrader. Forward defense. His favorite movie is The Karate Kid.
Yeah!
That's a good movie. Number 8, Brody Steffes, forward defense. Again, longboarding and wake surfing. Number 10, Brady Hubanks. He's a forward. He enjoys inspecting penalty boxes. And I believe he might have been in there once today, hasn't he?
I think he plays a little aggressive, maybe. I love it, though.
Yeah. 17, Carter Mellencamp. It's a defense. He enjoys gaming. And something I can't read, and they had dirt bikes, but they crossed it off, so I don't know. Number 18, Tyler Randall. He's a forward. He likes playing in the dirt.
Randall's the only goal scorer, so thanks at home for giving us that, too. So it's 1-0 here. Clock is running down. We'll keep talking about that Dubuque team.
Yeah, 22, Landon Lund, forward defense. He loves talking to
Point
girls.
blank! Oh, my gosh! Sorry about interrupting you. It was a beautiful pass, and the goalie from Green Bay just stood his ground, stayed tall, hit him right in the gut.
He's keeping him in this.
Oh, man.
They've sure had their end of penalty kills here.
There's Randall, the ones we were just talking about. Still in there again. Point blank into the
Nice glove
trap.
save. It's an exciting
Amazing.
game so far. It's been tight.
It has been. This is what I mean, that's why you come to the tournaments, right, and hope that you run into something like this that'll equalize in the pool play.
Yeah, these are the games you want to play. Win or lose, these are the games you want to play.
Right.
So we get back to that. Number 22, Landon Lund, forward D, enjoys talking to the girls and playing the guitar.
So you talked to the girls while they were playing on here, and I bet the playing of the guitar at the home at
that
the
helps
hotel.
them get the girls,
yeah,
I think.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'd keep that up if I were you.
Yeah, right. Don't give up the guitar.
27, Brant Freihofer, the goalie. He enjoys sports collecting and fishing.
He's done a solid job on the other end, too.
Yeah, it's been a battle. Both goalies have played well. Both teams have had, I can't believe how many backdoor opportunities both teams have had.
Still on the penalty here, the Dubuque on the power play. Oh, shot from way out. Easy save there for the goalie.
34, Parker Rogeman. He's a forward. Staying single as a Pringle and basketball. That's smart. That's,
stay single as long as you can.
I don't know how it was with Caleb too, but with my son Tyler, my wife says just stay single and be selfish and do what you want to do.
Exactly. Yep. Caleb has not had no time. He said for a girlfriend between even at college. I mean that was my hope. But turnover, shorthanded, save there by the goalie, number 27, Brant Freihofer.
Dubuque kind of let him walk right in there.
Yeah, they did.
Green Bay's outnumbered and still got that opportunity.
Yeah, Caleb's staying single. He hasn't had any time for that between studies. But I hope he does find somebody soon here.
So here we go, Weston Seegers. Homework avoidance. And maybe this is the one, and sleepwalking. He might be the sleepwalker.
There you go, yeah.
Because then we have 44, Ethan Tees. He enjoys soccer and hanging out with Billy.
There you go.
45, Jackson Nodolph Carey. Enjoys riding dirt bikes and playing baseball.
Gotta love the extra sports. Really do.
Yeah, I love it. 58, Aiden Davis. He enjoys playing hopscotch and long naps. I'll tell you what, the older I get, the more I love long naps, too.
Yeah, the short ones just don't do it anymore.
81, Jack Fugger. He enjoys...
Out to the high mid-slot. Fires off of the helmet.
This one I can't read. I don't know if you can make heads or tails of
I
that
can
one.
give it a shot here.
We have another hit, it looks like, on the... Got some unhappy fans. I don't know what that says. Something motor.
Yeah, and homework, so... Can't figure that one out, so we apologize there on 81. Going to the box again is another Green Bay player, number 15. Roughing is the call.
The crowd asking for a boarding call on that. But
Yeah.
I didn't see it. My head was
either.
down.
Yeah.
And last but not least, we got 88, Owen Lippold. He enjoys soccer, traveling, and stocks. I don't know if that means he plays the stocks, but...
Stock market, maybe.
Oh.
There's all kinds of challenges that go with that. But
it could be. That's not a bad lesson to
No.
learn when you're young.
right. Roughing is the call. Back on the penalty kill is Green Bay, who, when they were on the penalty kill, had more opportunities trying to score shorthanded than they've had so far at 5-on-5. Good cross-ice pass. Hits Fugger right on, number 81. We just talked about him. Tries to make a couple of moves. Oh, look at him down low on that back door. You can see him sitting there. The defenseman backed up a little bit right into the shin guards. Nice job there by 24 to close the gap. Stay active with the stick.
Man
18
in the
is in
crease
the
again.
crease. So why do you stop the play when there was no puck?
That I don't know, unless he was interfering with the goalie.
I suppose. Couldn't let
Maybe.
him come out.
Yeah,
But then it would be interference, wouldn't it?
you would think so. Again, I'm not a referee,
Yeah.
so
Again, I wish Caleb was here. I'd give him a call.
I'm not going to say it was a bad call. I guess I just didn't see.
Yeah, I just don't normally see just
They're
a stop
playing
it.
World Juniors International rules.
Yeah, maybe. Which we don't know anything about.
No, all I know is I know USA wasn't happy about guys being in the crease.
Yeah. Meehan holds it in. Green Bay, pretty active stick. Hits again the number 24. Good job taking a couple of pucks. Has some room to skate with it. Tries to get around.
See if they get a line change
Is
here.
that number 20?
Yes. Oh, he gets bumped off. Oh,
Yeah,
we're going
he's
to call
got
here.
a call
now.
for a trip.
I think a rough.
They're going to call
body check.
interference. Oh, body check.
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
In Bantams, that's a great play.
Yeah. Body check to number 81. 7:04. So we've passed the halfway mark. And it's still 1-0. So great hockey game here. And we hope that we've been able to follow it while we were still ranting and raving out there. Thanks again. Let us again know where you're listening from. Who's your favorite player? Who's your favorite team? Only a minute 30 on the body check.
So see here again, we're on 4-on-4. We'll see who
Create a little
prevails
bit,
there.
yeah, more space to move and skate.
Both teams have been moving the puck well, though. I would think that it's a good matchup.
Been fundamentally sound, yeah. Full strength now for Green Bay. Touched, puck is going down. No icing.
Chance for Green Bay to get the equalizer here.
One person in on the forecheck. Shot towards the net. Tip!
Tip.
Oh!
That just missed.
Just missed. So good setup there from Green Bay. Trying to rim it out. Good pinch on the boards, but it comes out to the neutral zone. Squirts down into the defensive zone for Green Bay. Wide open pass. Good. Right on this tape. Another nice pass movement, creating some space. T's trying to get into the play, into the pass. Shot. Good job there with the save.
Tough one.
Yeah, very much so. Trying to stand up to get bigger and grabbing a hold of that puck to make the save.
Green Bay had bodies in front of the net on that. If that would have squirted out, they might have had a chance.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about before, how in that opportunity there, you'd probably want to hit the pads
Right.
and have it pop back out so you could get that rebound. Dubuque with control on the face-off. It's number 17 for Dubuque. That's going to be Mellencamp. Ice is about to call. It's not going to have enough to get on it. Tees skating up and down the ice. Randall out of the box now. I think he was the one with the... Oh, no, he wasn't. 81 was the one with the cross-check. Jack Fugger came out. Randall was right next to him. Neutral zone picked up there by number 11. Edward Harrell for Green Bay. Put it towards the net just like he's supposed to, right?
He is.
Trying to get it, and he had him sitting in the slot there.
Been pretty back and forth here.
Very impressed with the skill level of both of these teams.
Speed's come down a little bit. I think they're getting tired after
right.
third game of the weekend. And
And Green Bay's bench is real short. They only got 2 full lines. Now, Waupun used to run that way too, right? They would run 10 players.
They did.
Typically on a squirt team, and then run 2 goalies if they could, but usually it was only 1. So 11 players. Sometimes they would add a 12th just in case we needed to have, there was an illness.
Yeah, Bantams, it's rough too because you almost want to have, you're almost assured an injury of some sort throughout the season.
Yeah.
You know, it hopefully nothing major, but at least, you know, for a game.
Well, and with all the bugs and stuff that are going on.
Yeah.
Nice move through the ice. Nice job there by the goalie. Unbelievable play by Brent Freihofer. Coming out all the way to the top.
Here we go.
Now
We got a
with
breakaway
speed,
for Dubuque.
Meehan, good back check to catch. That's going to be a
Down.
takedown.
Is this going to be a penalty shot?
I don't know if he had enough. He wasn't in the motion of shooting.
He wasn't.
So I don't think so. He wasn't in the motion of shooting
They are
the
going
puck.
to talk about it, though.
I don't think that. If that is, I would be shocked. He's claiming that he just played the defensive play, and he did, except for he wrapped around, caused the trip.
And that's tough. Sometimes that's a difference between taking a couple extra strides.
Hooking. Four minutes for what? And he's ejected for throwing the stick in the box. Oh, no.
That really shortens their bench now.
And he was one of their top skaters who was busting it out there, number 20. Rhett Budzinski is sent to the locker room for slamming his stick, so the final 3:52. So a minute 30, they had to have somebody else come in the box to serve the penalty, and that also hurts them on their short bench.
It really shortens their bench.
I understand where he was coming from, but you just cannot be doing stuff in the penalty box, right?
I do.
Or argue back with the
I think
official.
sometimes, too, parents got to realize your intentions are good, but it's still a penalty.
Yeah,
you know, and
exactly.
Doesn't mean if you meant to do it or not. It's still a penalty. You know?
Exactly. So Green Bay, shorthanded now, trailing by 1 goal, with a final 3:35 coming up. Good tape-to-tape pass there, turned over. Numbers. Dubuque getting back into the play. It's number 4 screen, James Stender. Staying wide. Oh, cuts into the center. Seegers walks in. And a save on the stick save. And it was there for the rebound, but missed it. Coming back the other way was Green Bay. Turned down. Got to get him in the slot. Good job there with the active stick.
Rogerman was there for the rebound, just bounced over a stick.
Yep. These two teams are as even as I think I've seen all the way around. In the net, solid.
Green Bay not as aggressive on the kill, though, here. I think they're losing some legs.
Yeah, you're right. Again, that's one of the things we talked about is with that short bench, up and down the ice, you're right, 3 days or 3 games. Most people say, well, that's not that much. I can tell you. Oh, yeah. I can tell you when Caleb had gone to Green Bay for the Gamblers for his Peewee seasons, or I take that back, for his Bantam seasons, they worked on a lot of recovery stuff.
Right.
Trying to recover and get, making sure after every game that they were getting rid of the lactic acid, and you never knew when you were going to be playing again.
Right. I don't know how it was with Caleb, but I know when Tyler played Gamblers, a lot of the tournaments were long. I mean, you were a Wednesday through a Sunday or something because they only let them play 1 game a day.
Right, exactly.
You know, and at that age, and at that level, that's the right thing to do.
Right, exactly. But that's where that lactic acid starts to settle in.
Right. You increase your rate of injury, too, as you get older. Youth, it's not, they're like Energizer bunnies. They just keep going.
Right.
But you can definitely tell they're getting tired.
Coming at 1:38, penalty. Whistle. Sending both of them.
Send them both. Boy, oh boy.
Coach is asking what's going on. Slam the stick. That's going to be potentially another. If Tom would have saw it, I'm sure he would have probably called it. So 137.
So unsportsmanlike.
Surprised that Green Bay doesn't take their timeout here.
Well, right.
With the final minute 37 trailing by a goal. 5-on-5.
Just for the break alone.
Right, take the break. Talk to the goalie about when you're going to pull them. Surprisingly, they decided not to do that. Dubuque.
Yeah, you're not guaranteed another whistle, really.
Right, exactly. Good tape-to-tape pass there.
Oh, here we go.
In traffic. Swept away. Nice job there. I think they're going to swallow the whistles for this final minute 10.
That's what I was kind of thinking about the last penalty.
Yeah.
I thought maybe they just let him play, but
Yeah.
I didn't see what maybe something was
Transpired
said
over there.
to.
Yeah, that could be.
Again, we were talking about that chirping, and you got to be careful because that can get you in trouble too.
Right.
Depending on who the ref is.
1:10 left here. Green Bay trailing the Dubuque Junior Saints. Been a fantastic Peewee game. Rojaman loses it. Picked up there. Green Bay's
looking
2-on-2 on the attack. They're pulling the
out.
goalie, getting it into the zone, waiting. Nice feed into the slot, but nobody there. Skating back up the ice. Number 36, shot towards the net. Misses it!
Missed.
That would have iced it right there, but Green Bay with the extra attacker.
Oh,
The official goes down. He took the hit.
He's not getting up either. There's a fan waving over.
Hoping Tom is okay. So he went into the boards pretty hard.
It's hard about being a ref with that half shield too.
Yeah.
You know, if
Catch one up under chin.
Right.
Yeah, with Caleb is home, and I was surprised. I had to ask him if he was going to reach out to Corey about reffing, because if these guys got all the games today, that's 6 games that they got to officiate, and most people will whip-de-do. Up and down the ice, trying to bust it to get back into position to make good calls.
And I can't say I'm not guilty for yelling at a ref, but I mean parents got to realize at some point too that the lack of referees now, and it's a direct correlation to some of the abuse some of these guys are taking. I mean, I get it, you know. I mean, there's a lot of guys, a lot of the older referees are retiring, and there's not a lot of young ones coming in.
Caleb loved to work with Tom.
Yeah, he's a very good mentor. He knows.
Yeah.
That's one guy that can tell. We were talking about different rules. He knows the rules between every different league, and he could tell you the differences right on top of his head.
Yep.
Very smart guy.
Doesn't tolerate any of the BS, let's say, on,
he
the,
doesn't.
on the ice.
He will keep a game in control, that's for sure.
And that's why you like having somebody like that here at a tournament on Championship Sunday.
Looks like he might be hurting a little bit. Hopefully he's good to go. I believe this is his last game today.
Okay. Green Bay couldn't pull the goalie now. Brought him back in on the faceoff. 30 seconds and a whistle. Too many on the ice because the goalie.
He left early.
I think it's actually a good call.
It is. The goalie has to have a foot on the bench before a player can enter the ice. I know that for a fact.
Yep.
Having a goalie.
And playing goalie.
Yes.
Yeah, so the player was all the way down in the zone, on the offensive zone, and the goalie still hadn't got to the bench.
Right, that is a good call.
Yeah. So somebody's got to go in the box. You can only have 4 players out there for Green Bay.
Green Bay's running out of personnel here.
Wait a minute.
Well,
I don't understand.
I don't either.
If it was too many men, why isn't there somebody? Oh, there is somebody in the box.
I think
that was from the.
That's from the coincidentals,
yeah.
Right?
Dubuque with possession, 8 seconds, shot, pad save, nice save there by the goalie again. He's had a phenomenal game.
He has.
Into the bench, pops up, and that's going to do it for the time as Dubuque comes all the way up here to Waupun, Wisconsin once again and pulls off a 3rd place. So they end up actually, I believe they only had 1 loss on the weekend.
Yeah.
So that's a good tournament, good showing here for Dubuque. Green Bay has nothing to hang their head about. They too had a fantastic showing here, losing 1-0.
So I believe they were 1-1 coming into this also, but that's not indicative of how they played today.
No, not at all. Fantastic. I believe that they checked their pool here. Yeah, Green Bay had Sheboygan and Oshkosh in it, and Oshkosh thumped Waupun this morning. Sheboygan is really a solid program too. That's on their youth program, has been on their grow as well. That's going to do it here for us in this contest here. Again, congratulations to the Dubuque Junior Saints here at the Prison City Shootout, taking 3rd place in the Peewee division. This has been Jeff Sauer here and Sean Fromholtz, broadcasting from the Waupun Community Center. Take care. God bless. I can't wait to see you at the rink.